I grew up in Mankato, Minnesota. Came to school at Iowa State in 1986. I'm a construction engineering graduate from Iowa State in 1991. My wife and I met here at Iowa State, and we lived here initially. We moved away for about 4 years, and then came back to Ames, and I've been back now for 13 years. We have 3 kids. Jack, my oldest, is a senior at Ames High. Claire is a sophomore at Ames High, and then my son Nate is a 6th grader at the middle school. I'm the president of Story Construction Company, and I've been working in the construction industry ever since graduating from Iowa State. In terms of community involvement, I serve on the United Way Board, the Ames Economic Development Commission Board, volunteer to coach basketball and baseball with my youngest son Nate, and involved in a variety of industry associations throughout the state.
Have you ever contemplated running for an elected office before, or why did you decide to run for the school board at this point?
You know, I hadn't really contemplated it as a life's mission, but the school district in our community is a really important job, and anybody that serves, to include current board members or prospective board members, it's a big commitment. I get the opportunity to work with school boards and other organizations throughout the state, and I see different forms of governance and different forms of oversight, and boards and administrations and districts that are well aligned and really rolling, and those that are kind of stuck in disagreement. And I'm feeling like I can add some value to help us get aligned more as a school district to actually make progress and go forward. I'm sure everybody's trying to do that now. We're just kind of stuck. In addition to that, my background in construction and facilities, obviously the district has needs right now that they're trying to sort out, not only what, but where. And I work with private owners, public owners, school districts, routinely helping them analyze and solve those problems, and I look forward to the chance to just freely give that advice and counsel to my school district.
What impact does your area of residence in the community have on your stances?
My wife and I initially lived in West Ames, now we live in North Ames, so we understand those well, but more importantly, we have friends that live in all parts of the city, so it's our obligation as school board members to be mindful and represent the entire community. We don't have at-large positions, or they're all at-large positions. They're not ward positions, and as such, I don't think it has a big bearing.
Do you have family or close friends, or have you ever been employed by the district?
I've not been employed. My wife does teach. She teaches in the Success program at Sawyer, Title I funding is part of that program. She teaches part-time, and certainly we have lots of friends that are teachers and associated with the district.
Do you think that those connections will affect your performance at all as a board member?
I do. I think it will actually enhance my performance. I'm routinely in contact with the people on the front lines in our classroom buildings that deal with our children, deal with our families, and deal with those issues. Related to contract negotiations and things like that, I've actually inquired how that works with the district staff, and have been assured that really the superintendent and the administrative staff are the ones that lead the negotiations for compensation adjustments with the unions, and really the board's role is not to be in the middle of those, but to ratify the recommendation brought forward by the administration.
What about in your role as with Story Construction? Do you feel that there's any potential conflict of interest there, or perception of one?
Oh, certainly a perception of one, and there could be one if I didn't watch myself. My position on that would be to recuse myself from discussions or voting on any contract issues related certainly to my company. But beyond that, I think one of the values that I bring to the board is my knowledge and understanding of architects and of design and of construction process and of phasing and of things like that. And so I think for me to be censored on those discussions would be counterproductive to to my board role. So certainly anything that deals with our company, I absolutely need to stay out of that. But beyond that, I think I can be a real asset to those discussions.
Are you happy with the district's student achievement record over the past several years?
As I'm coming up to speed with those things, our trajectories are all going the right way generally. So in that regard, yes. I think if I was to ask teachers and administrators, however, they would likely say they're probably not satisfied with requirements of No Child Left Behind, with the diverse populations that we have here and the socioeconomic status of many subgroups. We have a lot of work to do. So I'm satisfied that we're moving in the right direction, but unsatisfied that we're where we want to be.
You just mentioned this a little bit, but the number of children in the district who come from low-income households has increased significantly in the last several years. And what educational philosophies or programs do you think the district should use to address those challenges?
I know that Responsive Classroom is working right now as a way to create community for these kids. I was just at a United Way board meeting this morning, and there was discussion on a regional level about ways in which United Ways and the associated partner agencies in a community can partner with school districts in ways in which it can be helpful to both, because so many of our human service agencies are dealing with these families in poverty and people that have needs. And I think it's really important that we find ways in which we can work together to solve this. I don't think United Way partner agencies, I don't think the school district, I don't think really anybody has the independent wherewithal to turn this ship. I think we all need to find ways in which we can work together to make that happen.